This is One on One. Glen Berger is the author of a book called Song of Spiderman. How you doing?
Good, good.
I love this. You wrote a book about this little play called Spiderman.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. Actually, we had Reeve Carney, who was, you heard of him. He was Spiderman,
lovely fellow.
right? You know, here it is, folks. Let's take a look at it. So this is the book, The Inside Story of the Most Controversial Musical in Broadway History by Glen Berger. So what makes Spiderman,
Yes.
right, Broadway, it was supposed to cost how much when it started?
Well, 25 million or something like that, but that was before we knew we were going to pay for the largest theater on Broadway for a year with nothing in it.
And it wound up costing 60-something, whatever, million, whatever. Who knows? So you decided to write a book about it because I heard there are a few problems with that. I may be wrong. I heard there are a few problems with Spider-Man.
Problems with Spider-Man the musical?
Yeah. And the creative team behind it was?
Julie Taymor and Bono and Edge and then a whole host of other amazingly talented people. George Seepin, the set designer, and Danny Ezerlo, the choreographer, and the list goes on and on.
And some of the most significant issues that the play had include?
Well, issues...
There were some accidents, I know that.
You know, what happened was, some of it was, you have these dreams of what can be on the stage, but it requires a certain amount of technology to, do its part. And we didn't really realize until we got into, right before previews, that some of the things we were really relying on just weren't going to work. We had an ending based on this enormous web net that was going to descend from, over the audience, and that's where the final battle was going to take place between Spider-Man and Arachne.
What happened?
2 weeks or so, maybe 3 weeks before our first preview, we learned that it was not going to work. It was this $1 million sort of ring truss that was going to deploy this web, but a web which was basically netting, and netting over thousands of years was designed to catch on things, and they knew that that was going to be a challenge, but they knew that we weren't going to know if it was going to work or not until it was up.
Oh my God, it almost sounds like a website. If you were going to have like healthcare on the website.
Yeah, well,
story.
I do have compassion for anybody who,
a
who
big
has
undertaking.
Enormous undertaking, and then you don't know if it's going to. So yeah, so 3 weeks before the first preview, we didn't have an ending.
Oh my!
Just
you didn't have an ending other than that.
Name one.
And then some people got hurt.
And then some people got hurt.
Well-publicized incidents.
Yeah, it was well-publicized incidents. Absolutely. And some of the things were, I won't say minor, but they certainly, we were already under that microscope, and so we had a couple things happen with that put a couple people in casts, and then 3 weeks into our previews, Chris Tierney falls 35 feet off of the bridge because his safety line hadn't gotten attached to the floor. So,
and by the way, the relationships between Bono and Julie Taymor, they get along?
For 5 of the 6 years they got on. It was beautiful to watch.
And then
last year, well, what happens? Everything gets twisted and strained. It was such a pressure cooker that I don't think anybody was acting as they would act when you're just sitting around with no pressure.
A lot of pressure.
So you have moments to decide crucial things, and instead of finding time in a room together to figure out how we're going to get out of this, things just started.
Where'd you fit into this? Yeah, how'd you fit in? Come on.
I was right there. I was the co-book writer. Julie was also the co-book writer. However, in her contract, she had approvals over everything in the book. I didn't actually know that. And she was the director. And so, I had certain notions about what needed to be done. And if I couldn't convince my co-book writer, I went to other people, maybe Bono, maybe Edge, maybe Michael Cole, to, maybe you could convince her. I kept waiting for people to be able to get into a room. I'm a big believer of getting in the room together and
confront the situation.
Lock the door and don't let anybody out until we've solved the thing. And those meetings didn't happen. And it got weirder and weirder as those meetings continued to not happen.
Well, then why did you decide to write this book?
Why did I write this book?
Yeah.
This book is all about collaboration. It's all about, it's at the end of the day, it's not even about Spider-Man.
What's it about?
Well, it's about people, human beings, working with other human beings to bring something intangible into the tangible world, and all the transcendent connection and hair-tearing exasperation that can come out of that. And so, really any endeavor, and it's just a play in the end. It's not the Iraq War, but it is reflective of any endeavor, that anybody
could be a television
undertakes.
Production. Could be an operation in a hospital.
Exactly.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
You have to be together.
Stonehenge, dragging those stones from Wales. Anything that humans have had to do. It's humans working together. Look at Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, the original creators of Spider-Man, the comic book. They had a falling out. How does
Stuff
that
happens.
Work? Well, yeah, stuff happens. Who said that? Donald Rumsfeld?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking different stuff.
Yeah.
Relationship-wise, stuff happens. Real quick, before I let you out of here, the reaction to the book from Julie?
I don't know. I don't think she's read it yet. I mean, she's been busy on Midsummer's Night. Bono and Edge read it over the summer. They dug it and signed off on it. They thought, the book. I wrote the book not to throw darts and stab backs, but to really try to get inside everybody's brain to really explicate why people do what they do.
Well, I want to plug the book one more time. Glen Berger is the author. It is called The Song of Spider-Man, the inside story of the most controversial musical in Broadway history. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Good stuff. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System. Funding has been provided by Hackensack University Health Network, NJ Best, New Jersey's 529 College Savings Plan, TD Bank, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, Cone Resnick, and by PSE&G. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been made possible in part by Celgene.